Welcome back to an all-new After Hours this week. We are here with our regular crew this week. We are going to show our fabulous cast members. Here they are. Hello. That was so dorky.
How we doing?
Today we are going back to school. Classes are back in session this week here in real time. So we are going back to, what's up?
Back to school.
Back to school. We're going back to school.
I'm walking out right now.
Even got the chills.
That's right. I don't like classmen. Nothing.
Well, we're going back to school, not physically, but we are going to reminisce back on our favorite childhood memories, our favorite school memories. So what, if you had to choose and turn back the clock, what grade would y'all go to?
Oh man,
I feel
I
like
have the worst grade, sixth. Six is the worst.
oh my god! I was gonna say that was my best.
Why is sixth the worst for
I
you?
just think you're ugly. You're basically like that age where you're not really cute anymore, and it's just your body's going through stuff. It's no good. There's nothing good about it.
That reminds me of that show,
Big Mouth.
Big Mouth.
I don't know
yeah.
how much Big Mouth we can mention.
We are
here.
not talking about Big Mouth on After Hours.
I don't know how many people had a 4-foot growth spurt though once they hit 6th grade. Like
I did not. Did not.
You did not?
I've been the same size since the 5th grade.
10th grade.
There we go.
I would say the worst, not the worst, but the one I didn't enjoy the most was probably in my high school years, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I was bullied.
I hate 10th grade.
I wasn't bullied.
Did you get back?
I didn't get them back, but I'm thriving. Hey,
Look at
girls.
you now on TV. Like,
You are.
Best revenge is a well-lived
No,
life.
10th grade was pretty bad. I got one of my friends to cut my hair. It was the worst haircut I ever got.
You were leaning.
It was so bad, my dad had to recut it, so I was bald for 2 weeks. And the football team was laughing at me, my friends were laughing at me. I was walking around with a hood in my hair.
What grade?
10th grade.
You get it, man. You play football. We
that's
get
a
it.
booger.
Gotta
bring 'em up.
Okay, we get
A
it.
little bit.
Well, 6th grade was cool because where I went to school, 6th grade was the end of elementary school, and then 7th grade you went to middle school.
Yeah.
So we were the big dogs on campus, and it was a bully. John, look at me. Do I look like a bully? I was bullied.
I imagine senior year is fun for everybody though.
Yeah.
Senior year of
I like
college was
senior
a
year.
great time.
No, high school.
It was fine.
I would say that probably was my favorite year.
I was
senior
actually
year
a
of
big
high school,
I was a homebody, so I'm kind of.
Alright.
I was too. I hung out with my grandparents. I went to Belk on Saturday night, so my friends went to
Wild.
Belk and Columbus?
yeah, it was crazy with my grandma.
Whoa.
You had to catch those sales.
Wild times. I'm sure you got a lot of stories.
All right, so what are some other grades?
I would say 11th grade for me was
Same.
by my favorite teacher, Dr. Kay Strickland. She was our English teacher. And
A doctor?
She really, yes, she wanted us to call her doctor. She was very intimidating, but she was also very nice. And she also did a split for us.
Wow.
That's impressive.
And she was
Flexible
Was that like
queen.
an incentive type of? I feel like that was either one of three options. It was either A, if y'all do get this with attendance, I'll do a split. B, hey, first day of school, let me do a split.
It was
Or C, end of the year, I'm doing a
It
split.
was the last thing.
Okay.
Oh, that's
year.
nice. That's
There we
nice.
go.
She was like 40 some odd years old, but
Wow.
split with the best of them.
That's
Impressive.
Yeah.
I'm popping a hamstring just thinking of that.
In 10th grade AP World History, we had Mr. Conrad who said if anyone could get 100 on Amy's test, he would dye his goatee any color we wanted.
Nice.
And it had never happened before. And then some very, very smart person, not me, got 100 on the test. And so he walked into school with his dyed goatee. It was dyed green.
Okay.
And that's what it was.
You gotta appreciate teachers who put in the extra effort and have fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you know.
That was a choice.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
Steven.
think ninth grade is the best. I think sixth is the worst.
I enjoyed ninth grade.
Yeah,
It's
ninth grade
nice.
is cool. You're first year of high school, you have the chip on your shoulder.
You
No
can't
one's
drive
expecting
yet,
much
though.
out of you. You
Right.
can't drive, but no one's expecting anything. You're just kind of, a peasant walking around. And,
You don't really have to be thinking about your future too much then
No.
either.
You know what I didn't have to think about
You're
my
vibing.
future? Second grade was great.
I like second grade.
Second grade was a great time. You can read.
Did you do the loop
I
with the
don't remember
teachers?
looking.
I got to loop my teachers. We all had the option to take our second grade to third grade.
No, I
did
did not have
that.
that option.
Really? I did. Oh, okay. Well, Steven. Okay. Tell Steven
Why? Why did you take your teacher with
I
you?
did that because I was homeschooled all throughout high school until I got to college. That's hence the
Loop-de-loop.
joke. Yes.
He was like, yeah, first, second, third, fourth. So
Oh, yeah.
on.
Yeah, exactly. In high school, there was a little tutorial program for geometry and stuff like that. And,
Thank God if I ever homeschooled, my kids would be screwed.
Tell us a little bit how homeschool might differ from public or even private schools.
Obviously the main difference is you're at home.
Yeah.
The first thing is everyone's under kind of an umbrella group, basically. So you have an agency that you report to make sure that curriculum's up to date, that checking on grades, making sure, course load and no key subjects are being left out. But it basically is as where my mom did it was, sit down, go over a lesson for like each kind of individual subject, and then, kind of homework later on in the day with whether it was writing assignments, tests.
If you got in trouble, who did the disciplining?
Great question.
It depends
Was
on
your dad
who
the
I got
principal?
in trouble with. We did refer to my dad as the principal.
Sure.
Steve Senior, baby.
But I
That's
think
right.
the thing to recognize for you is you're one of 6 kids.
I am the oldest of 6.
So your
yes.
mom was by herself doing that for 6. I can't
Yes, that's
imagine.
great.
That's
He was the oldest,
Really
though, so
great.
he didn't have to deal with it, and he
That's
got
true.
to be like, hey.
Well, I was
My way or the
I
highway.
was
He was the
I was
bully.
roped in as an
He
extra
was the bully.
babysitter at some point. So.
Steven's also out there teaching, like, this is what you do. What, like
sometimes.
lacrosse,
Did you
Maryland,
beat
all that
up
good stuff?
your classmates for lunch money and stuff?
No, not for lunch money. Just if I was mad or we got in a fight, yeah, we'd beat each other up.
So you can get suspended.
No, we couldn't get suspended. No, we go to
Get out of
our
here.
rooms.
That's your
It was great.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Great. Now, speaking of lunch money, what was everyone's favorite meal at school? What was your favorite thing to eat?
We had like special chicken sandwiches
Oh my God, I was gonna
Okay.
say, we had chicken sandwiches too.
with the fries. It was like McDonald's fries.
We
too.
had waffle fries. Ours were like
Okay.
Chick-fil-A.
I brought
Really?
my
A waffle
lunch
fries?
every time.
Brought your lunch?
Yeah,
Brought my lunch
I did
every
too.
time.
Did you have allergies? Do you have allergies?
I don't, but
He has allergies.
It's not funny, but
Come on, guys.
Cam has allergies.
what was your favorite lunch to bring?
See, I would bring, sun butter and jelly sandwich.
Not the sun butter.
The peanut allergy guy? Yeah.
And it was great.
sun butter is not that bad.
Sun butter's great.
Is that sunflower? Like
I've never
sunflower?
heard of this.
Yeah. I did a peanut butter
I'd
and jelly
imagine it beats an
sandwich.
EpiPen in the leg, right?
That's right. It would be that, a bag of chips, applesauce, and then some sort of like dessert, like cookie, some sort of.
Yeah.
Was it traditional applesauce or were you bringing like the go-go squeeze?
See, I think Go-Go squeezes are rather new inventions. Now I
Yeah, I
bring them
know.
to work.
That's cool.
'Cause
That's
I
cool.
do love me a Go-Go squeeze, but
he does.
back then it was the traditional. You got
Yeah.
the spoon.
Like the
Sure,
Trix
old-fashioned.
yogurt.
Ooh.
Remember the Trix?
Don't get me started.
That was good stuff. That was some good
That
stuff.
stuff's so good. I took a peanut butter and jelly a lot of times, or like my mom would make like wraps and stuff, or we had like microwave so we could bring like Easy Mac or whatever. But I in high school ate in our like, cafeteria a lot because we had
Yeah.
good like. I know.
What about you, Riley?
Apparently, having a microwave is a weird
Cheeseburgers
thing.
for me. I mean,
Nice.
because the square pizza was,
Gross.
it was just
Disgusting.
God bless it. It served a purpose, but cheeseburger, anything with square pizza.
Yeah.
Truly.
I can't think of a good thing in West Point High School.
Oh, Desmond.
I'm being completely honest. I'm sorry.
Did y'all
Love y'all,
serve?
but that food
So did you
was
even
terrible.
eat lunch then? Did you eat lunch?
Like, I remember like 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, when it came to lunchtime, no one could bring anybody food, but my granddad bought me Popeyes almost every day.
Okay. Little Mardi Gras
Airbnb.
mustard.
Excuse me?
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Sweet
Wait.
sauce.
No, just move past it.
Okay.
It's fine.
I
We'll
wonder,
talk about it
I
later.
wonder if lunches have changed over the years, because it's been a long time since we've been at school lunches. I bet kids are bringing in like avocado toast for lunch.
They
you
have
know?
the
might
lunches
be.
look better
They
now.
might
To be
be
honest.
bringing in. My mom's a kindergarten teacher, and the cafeteria food there still looks relatively the same.
Good. Glad to hear. Did y'all have the like breadsticks filled with cheese? We didn't have those. I didn't have those
yeah.
until I went like to the
Those
DG
were,
house, but
an interesting. That was an interesting entree.
apparently that was very popular. I didn't have it in my school, but I heard about
Really
them.
good was the French toast.
Nope.
We had cinnamon rolls, never
go to
French
school at,
toast.
like,
Oh, we had
palace or
cinnamon
something?
rolls.
No, we had
French
French toast sticks, yeah.
It wasn't bad.
We
Diplomat syrup.
we did breakfast and like we had breakfast at like our first break of the day that was served, and then you could get like lunch during the middle of the day. Our cameraman Drew behind there can probably attest to the meals. We went to high school together. Miss Dot's meals that were fantastic.
What time school start for y'all?
8 a.m.
Ours was 7:55.
Yeah, our last bell rang at 7:55.
7:40.
Did y'all
I don't
have
remember
those
my
in school
schedule.
where we had something called lunch and learn, so like you could literally walk around the school for the entire lunch period.
No, I did not. But we couldn't get up from a table unless we were going to the
The
bathroom.
idea
You wanted
of
to
lunch
stuff
and
your
learn
food.
was
Yeah,
to go
stuff your
to
face.
like classes and like do tutoring or whatever. And if you're not tutoring, well, you could just walk around and just. So we would hang out on the lockers and just eat our lunch and stuff.
No, we did not have that option. Like
interesting.
we had to be in our chair. We got yelled at.
Oh,
Why
So
would you stand and eat?
because you could walk around. It was like a lounging time. It was like a full hour of literally walking around doing nothing and eating food.
Or being
and
the
hanging out
cool,
with
edgy
friends.
teen group that just hangs out by the lockers and talks about their problems.
A lot of fights almost broke out. Some
We did
fights
not
did
do
break
that.
out during lunch and learn.
You were fighting.
No. I've never fought in school.
Wait, did y'all have silent lunch in elementary school?
No, what?
We did. Well, we had a lunch detention if we got in trouble.
we had silent lunch. We were not allowed to talk during our elementary school lunches, and that was the only demerit that I ever got was because a girl, and I know her name.
Say it.
I won't, because I live in Columbus and grew up here. She was making ramen noodles at lunch and didn't put water in them, and I was like, "Hey, you have to put water in those." And
She
then I
burnt
got in
them?
trouble because I saved our freaking school and had to sit out at recess that day.
Wait, how bad was your class if you weren't allowed to talk at
That's
lunch?
pretty
How annoying
oppressive.
must they have been?
They had like a stop, like a traffic light. So on days where we didn't have to be silent, we had to stay at like the green level. If we got too loud, it went to yellow.
I
and then we
remember
had red.
those. I remember those.
No childhood joy at lunch.
No, I went to private school.
I remember my fifth grade class. No, like we got along too well, so we wouldn't stop talking. And so my teacher's idea, Mr. Benfield, he was like, "What we're gonna do is we're just gonna sit you in order of your name, like your last name, and so you're not gonna be able to sit by your friends." But he didn't realize that last name, the top half of the alphabet was loaded with people who were friends. So I had one friend who was a Robinson who had to sit all the way at the end. But the rest of the top was absolutely loaded, so we had no issues.
Well, whether you've been to public school, private school, or if you're homeschooled, we are all grown up now. And we're all adults, and we have been struggling. Well, some of us stressed out.
I don't know why you looked at me.
I'm trying to relate with somebody here. But what are some of those adulthood myths that we can now debunk? What is some of the things your parents have told you, or maybe just someone older has told you
All right.
to expect?
One of the worst ones, and I don't know if this was a myth totally, but it just came to me when you said that, but hey, if you don't, or if you make a certain face, like your face will stay like that when you're older. Like, no way. Like, come on.
Oh,
Let's
really?
see, can you show us the face?
I don't remember what it was, but a bunch of
Stick your
different
tongue
ones.
out or like cross your eyes.
I was just a doofus in a younger form back then.
Are you sure it wasn't your like on camera like promo smile? Because that seems to be your natural face. Is that?
No, making a face, not your natural one. It's the ones that you make that your face turns into that.
Pew, pew.
Did anyone else, parents tell them it was illegal to turn the light on in the
Yep.
car while you were
Yeah,
driving
all the
at night?
time.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a lie, in case you're wondering. Not true. It's not illegal. You can do that.
Illegal.
My grandpa said if I play my belly button, I get a fever.
So were you playing with it a lot for him to say that?
No, but I have an Audi, so he's like, you play with that belly button, you gonna get a fever. I've never touched it since. I'm scathed.
What is it like? Is he just sitting on his couch? Just, until his grandpa was just whoa.
Better check yeah.
Temperature. So,
Jeez Louise.
unscathed.
I'm trying to think. When I was back in school, the teacher always told us you need to learn how to do algebra, or else you won't make it in the world.
Welcome to journalism.
Hey, I made it.
Or that you're not always
But
going to
that-
have a calculator on you at all
The
times?
argument probably was just maybe not every little thing there, but probably like the concepts of it. You know, the concepts of learning that you apply to other stuff. Maybe that's the argument.
Stop
Just
it, you
plain
nerd.
dumb.
Listen, don't help them. Don't help them.
Did anyone else's parents tell you shouldn't shower during like a thunderstorm when it's lightning? Can you verify that? Is that a thing?
I mean, I would recommend against it. I don't think it's a guarantee that you'd get struck by lightning, but I think your risk is higher if you do. So
My thing with
know.
getting struck by lightning is if you get struck by it, you were meant to die. Is that too far?
It's too far.
Okay, never mind.
Let's cut
Oh my
that.
God, what are the odds of that? Like nothing.
Well, people survive lightning
They
strikes,
do.
despite how hot the bolt of lightning is.
Lightning struck my backyard probably 20 feet from me, and it was red. And I'm like, I did not think lightning was actually red.
Oh,
You almost deserve to die.
you
I
almost
almost
did.
did.
20 feet away.
The universe was like, oh, I missed him.
We had a bolt of lightning strike a tree in our backyard. Exploded. The tree just blew up, blew shrapnel of like pieces of wood
shrapnel.
all over the
Just
place.
shrapnel.
And the next day at school, y'all all cleaned up the backyard, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
PE class.
Yeah, it almost killed the principal because he was out there on the grill like 5 minutes before.
Not Steve Senior, baby. Steve
He's
Senior
fine.
had
On
it.
the grill?
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, he's like cleaning it off. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think we were about to have grilled like hamburgers or hot dogs or something for
That's an
dinner.
odd time
For
to
the
decide
cafeteria?
to clean the grill. When the lightning's great one.
I know. It is. So, can you? Well, speaking of that, what was one of the lunches you ate there that you despised?
Other than
Let's see.
Bean burgers.
burger. What was the stuff called? John Wayne casserole.
Oh my god, that sounds disgusting.
I've never heard of that.
It's just like
Mystery meat.
cheese. It was like mystery meat.
It's like a shepherd's pie.
Imagine
I think
wherever
so.
John Wayne
That's
put
what
in
that
a
is?
I don't even know what
saddlebag
it is.
and
It
then
was
mix
like
it
meat,
around,
cheese,
and
something
then that's a
else. I was like,
casserole.
I'm not eating this.
What was the best of the worst?
The best of the worst. It was this hamburger that we had, but it didn't look like a hamburger. It was like horse meat or something. It was weird. It was really pink.
Horse
But
meat.
it was good.
No.
You said it was the best of the worst.
That was the best, but it wasn't good. I just bought snacks, or like I said, my granddad bought me something. So
Shout out your granddad.
Shout out granddad.
That Popeyes came in clutch, Desmond. Lord.
Now, Desmond, did these hamburgers ever coincide with like local farmers ever having to get rid of some of their older horses?
Steven.
Things have taken a turn.
Desmond's the one who brought up horse meat.
Doesn't. Did y'all ever have like tater tot casserole or anything like that?
I heard tater tot.
Sorry, I don't want to give you PTSD, buddy.
y'all
Now you
never-
can
y'all
eat whatever
never
you
had,
want.
like,
How about that?
Pizza. Y'all never had like pizza never? No pizza?
Yeah, but I was allergic to dairy, so they didn't give me a piece.
This is West Point
They kept
schools,
giving me
right?
that burger.
All right, we've got to do some in-depth research with
That's
West
a good
Point.
story idea, guys. Let's jot that down for
You know, some schools aren't
investigation.
even
That'd be a
getting
nice
funding for,
snack.
lunch.
You said what?
Isn't some schools like not getting funding for lunch or something like that? Like,
Oh, I
they're
don't
not-
know.
On our next episode of After
Schools aren't
Hours.
getting funding.
That's
for
our
anything.
investigative journalism topic. Stay with us. All right, Emma, tell everybody where they can find us on our website and podcast.
Hello, you can find us at After Hours WCBI on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. As I just said in our All Girls episode, you can find us anywhere podcasts are available, and you can listen to, if you want to take a hot girl walk, a hot boy walk, ride in your car, drive in your car, do whatever you're doing, listen to us on a podcast. And if, as I said last time, if you're going to sleep, good night.
Like and subscribe.
All right, thanks so much for joining us.